handling money, and it goes back to when you first get married, the we concept. You pool everything together. When we first got married, we were saving her money and utilizing my money to manage the household. And as a result of that, the savings account grew. And I thought I could pay all the bills and figure out where it was going. And I was doing that for a while, but I was doing a miserable job of it. I wasn't paying the bills on time. I wasn't paying attention to it or anything of that nature. And so Phyllis took over the finances. And she did a much better job of it. In fact, she did a better job of it even when she was single than I was when I was single. But she did a better job of it. And as a result of that, she managed our finances all the way through when the kids were in college and before retirement. And but she always let me know how much money we had, so if we wanted to make an investment and buy some stock or something of that nature, we would do so. But she was managing the money, and she would give me an allowance of about maybe 50 cents a week or something of that nature.
No.
Yeah. But over time, with the investments and with everything going online, we do a lot of online banking now. And so I spent a lot of time kind of doing that. However, I just generated a report for her that compared 2008 and 2009, and it's basically a P&L statement of where we spent our money in 2008 and where we spent our money in 2009, and therefore what money do we have, it's going to have, and where we're going to spend it in 2010, so that she has a relative idea. Because as we went through our marriage life, it became very important for her to establish her own credit, her own independent financial credit rating. And as a result of that, we took out credit cards in her name, not my name, but in her name, so that she establishes her own credit, so in case anything happens to me, she has a credit rating, she has a financial background, she understands where the money is, and therefore is independent financially without me. And that's to us, it was very important to ensure that she had that independent capability. And it's important as the older you get, that becomes very important, because eventually one of you will survive, and you got to make sure that the surviving spouse is financially independent, which means you both have to be financially independent, or at least understand the finances, and so it's not new news to you.
Phyllis, any ideas?
Well, we've never really had fights over money, and you hear so many people say that's one of the real problems within a marriage. But the way we've worked things out together, things have gone along just fine.
Yeah, which means that if you don't have the money, you don't buy things. Or if you buy things on credit, then you got to make sure that your obligations are met.
Richard and I pay our credit cards off every month. We don't just go out buying and buying and buying and then go, oh my gosh, we don't have enough money to pay for this. That can really, really, really get you in trouble.
We don't have any. We've never had any car payments, because when we first got married, we both had cars. They were both paid for, and anytime we bought a new car, we bought it.
We need to tell that funny story about the car that we charged on the American Express bill.
one year, we decided to get a new car. And so we went to the car dealer and we bought the car. And so we asked him if we could put it on the American Express card, because to get mileage. And he reluctantly said yes. So we did that. And then the next week, Phyllis happened to be in Costco.
And so I said to the girl, when I gave her my credit card, I said, I think there's enough on my credit card, to buy the groceries. Let me know if there's not, and then I'll write a check. And so the girl that was sacking things and putting things in the basket there, she said, "Oh, so you ran your credit card all up, huh? And you're already, you got it about maxed out." And I said, "Yeah, I think it's probably about maxed out. I just bought a new car." And she said, "You bought a car on your American Express card?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "But don't you know that's not very good, because you're going to have to pay a lot of interest on that credit card, and that car is really going to cost you a lot of money." And I said, "Well, I pay my credit card bills at the end of the month." She said, "You mean you're going to pay for that car at the end of the month?" She said, "Gosh, I wish I could do something like that." We laughed and laughed about that story and when we went back to the car dealership to buy the car that we have now, we tried to do that again, and they won't let you do that anymore. They said, "Yeah, you could put $5,000 on your credit card, but no more."